job ain't finished. The job ain't finished. Make sure you come ready to go this next week.
How about those?
Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar podcast, presented by Chiefs Blitz and sponsored by Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for a real estate expert, call Eric Haynes today at 816-729-3785. That's 816-729-3785. Now, here is your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense Todd.
Welcome to the next edition of Four Guys in a Bar. I am your host, Nick Athan of ChiefsBlitz.com for all your Chiefs news. And there was big news today. We'll get to that here in a few minutes. The Chiefs made an announcement today bringing back one of their best defenders, so we'll get into that. And we're joined by Mr. Hense Todd, my producer and partner extraordinaire with Bowtie Sports. Check out his show every Saturday, 1 o'clock on his YouTube channel and also via Chiefs Blitz. And they'll talk with Coach Dre. All things Kansas City sports. And there's a lot of stuff going on in Kansas City right now. And before we start the show and we bring in the other members of the crew, let's talk about the crew on the outlines who help us make the show work. First up, our sponsor, Mr. Eric Haynes, excuse me, with the Eric Haynes Group. If you are looking for someone who can help you buy or sell a house in the new year, Eric Haynes is your man. He took care of me and my wife, Emily. We found our dream house, a lot of ups and downs. He held our hands. He was steady, and he got the job done at the end when it looked like it wasn't going to go through. That's what you want in a trusted real estate advisor. So call him at 816-729-3785. You can email him at esellskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Fact or Cap.
Next up, my incredible wife, Emily Athan. If you are looking for flexible health insurance coverage, whether you're an individual, self-employed, business owner, or part of a family, she can walk you through the process. Even though open enrollment has closed, there still is a private option, and there are other options available to you. You just need to understand how the insurance industry works. She knows it better than anybody, so get a free custom quote or just get a free analysis. Give her a call today at 913-215-9086.
Emily.
That's my girl. That's my girl. All right, one of our newest sponsors. Let's bring in the guys with the resale electronics.
Save big on the hottest electronics. At Resell Electronics, we offer the best deals on new and pre-owned TVs, game consoles, cameras, plus so much more. With 2 convenient locations along Noland Road in Independence, stop by and visit us today.
That's right. Resell Electronics. They're your one-stop shop for all of your consumer electronic needs, whether you want to buy something or you want to sell something that's been lying around the house and you want to get some cash for it, this is the place to go. They've got 2 great locations, both in Independence and near the stadium, 1214A South Noland Road, and also down on Noland Road and 40 Highway inside the flea market. They have got you covered. So if you walk in the store, just tell them Chiefs Blitz and Bowtie Sports sent you, and you get 10% off your first order, or you can check out their website at resellwithac.electronics.com.
Resell
Electronics.
All right, let's bring in the other members of the crew.
Very well timed.
Mr. Lou Montagna.
That's right.
And Coach Andre Tillman looking at his stock report to see what sold
stocks
today.
And bonds.
Yeah, that NFL stock report. Who's up, who's down?
JB's up.
That's right.
I know my guy JB, the best quarterback, but go ahead, Nick. Continue.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, he's got to win Saturday, and we'll get to that here in a little bit. Well, maybe we'll make some predictions for the weekend. But
all right,
the Chiefs. We're going to kind of get into it today. It is Red Friday. The Chiefs will face the Denver Broncos on Sunday, a 3:30 game. What's that? You want to tap out here?
There we go.
No, actually, it's red. Sorry.
Sorry. False call.
False call. I didn't give you the I didn't give you the hand signals for the day. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just going red here. Kind of reporting eligible as red.
I gotcha.
Reporting eligible.
Okay, I didn't know if I had to tap out here.
That's a new one, guys.
Don't confuse me on Friday, guys. It doesn't work.
That's on me. That's on me.
If y'all want a quick interruption, we do this, the shoulder tap.
We do that timeout. Is that 30-second timeout?
That's right.
All right. Hey, don't forget to please subscribe to the Chiefs Blitz YouTube channel. We really appreciate that. It doesn't cost anything. If you want to be a contributor, you can. But the Blitzers is growing. We had another big jump this last couple of weeks, so we really appreciate the new subscribers. And we have Chuck Hicks is back. It's been a while, and since we got there. So before we get into all that today, let's talk about the breaking news, something that I had mentioned a couple of weeks ago as a possibility.
The first breaking news is DJ Humphries. Then we'll go right into that one.
That's right. DJ Humphries and Shamari Connor are both practicing today, which means it's very likely that they will play on Sunday. Humphries likely will be the starting left tackle. That'll give him a game and an audition for Coach Andy Reid as he decides how he's going to shake up his playoff roster. And then, Andy said a lot today, particularly about Nico Remigio, a favorite here at the Chiefs Blitz and the Four Guys in the Bar podcast. He's been doing a nice job. He's reliable, knows all the positions. He's quick, he's smart and fast. He can do all that stuff. He will get a big chunk of the offensive options on Sunday. So we're very excited to see what Nico can do. He had a rough preseason, but he was playing with some quarterbacks that are not NFL or maybe even college worthy, in the preseason. So he's going to get Carson Wentz. Those two had a pretty good chemistry in training camp. So I'm excited to see how that shakes out for him. He's going to have an opportunity to be a big participant in the postseason and also going into next year. And then Chuck Hicks, the Giants thing, man. I'm sorry about your Giants win last weekend. Chiefs should release McCole Hardman. Great service to the organization, but we don't need him anymore. I think Thornton and Nico Remigio can take his place.
This sound like two familiar.
Yeah, listen.
Lou, do it.
Okay, here's the overriding.
I was gonna give it to you once, okay? Yeah. Spelling Chiefs wrong. Then you came back, doubled down, and spelled it wrong.
It's all right. It's just his style. It's all good. That way we know it's Chuck.
It's only like 5 letters. I mean,
it's all right. It's all good, Chuck.
We can count on Lou.
McCole Hardman's not going anywhere. I'm sorry. His girlfriend is besties with Taylor Swift, and I don't see it, man. I don't see it. But no, that aside, he's good insurance for the Chiefs. Remigio's done a nice job. Who knows if something else happens at receiver. But I would not be shocked if the Chiefs carry an extra receiver in the postseason. So we'll see what happens. But they're going to have to make a roster move to bring McCole back.
So let's get into
regardless of one of those two guys, I think it's just my thought is that the receiving part is a bonus in case somebody gets hurt. One of those guys will be the primary returner, and I don't think they can have both of them on the roster at the same time for that reason alone, regardless of what Nico does on. Yeah,
I would think Nico
Sunday,
would be. Yeah,
I don't know that that's going to be like the overriding factor in coach's decision-making process there. I think the biggest thing is that just McCole has been in these games before.
Yep.
And the fact that he's, I don't want to say considerably faster, but he's faster. So that's going to be a big deal.
Yeah. Experience, and the thing is, if they make the roster move and they release Remigio, I would assume that another team can pick him up in the postseason, which means that, they could not have him next year. And I think he's a guy that they have to seriously look at next year if they don't re-sign McCole Hardman, who is on a 1-year deal, like about 3/4 of that wide receiver room. But other breaking news today, so let's get to it, Mr. Todd. And let's talk about the return of
oh, shoot. Busy baby.
That baby's going upside down. All right, the Chiefs early this morning, per Schultz report, designated cornerback Jaylen Watson to return from injured reserve, and he will practice today. We saw video of it today and posted it on the article up on ChiefsBlitz.com, your number one source for Chiefs news. And you can take a look at that as well. But that is big, big news for a defense that could use a guy of this caliber. As you all remember, in the fourth quarter of the game against the San Francisco 49ers where the Chiefs won, He broke his fibula and I believe tibia as well. Both were surgically repaired with bolts, screws, and plates. Chances are that leg's not breaking again. But as everybody has seen in his workout videos and some of his fun tweets on Twitter, Jay Island or Jay Watts, whatever he calls it, Jay Watts Island.
Watts Island. Yeah.
Watts Island. There we go. Yeah. Has indicated who you counting me out. I did mention this a couple weeks ago that I thought he'd be back for the postseason. My sources were solid, and he was out there practicing today. He will not play, obviously, Sunday. But there's a chance with 2 weeks to go that he could be out there in the rotation. Now, it doesn't mean he's going to start, should he play in the divisional round. But just to have him back out there, even if he takes, some snaps, that just brings this secondary, a whole big addition that is going to be very welcome.
A little closer. Like Lou was saying, you got to work him in, right? Yeah, he's back.
You got to work him in.
Video, he running, doing the 5-yard sprints. All that looks sweet. But can you move around? It's about your lateral movement. So I
looks pretty good there.
Yeah, nobody.
Well, I mean, there's no replacement for live game reps. I mean, you're up against on air. It's great. It's remarkable. The recovery that he's made, and he's come this far. The bottom line is, if he's ready and is 100% or close to 100%, he's going to be the guy in there playing. Opposite of T Cups.
Absolutely.
But maybe that first game, in the divisional round or whatever it happens to be, he'll work in whatever. But I would imagine if he's ready to rock and roll by Championship Sunday or the Super Bowl or both, he'll be the guy in there.
I felt, when he got out there, him and Watson, him and McDuffie was training to be one of the best cornerback duos right there. Yeah. So him coming back, him shutting down, other guys on the other side is gonna free up McDuffie doing what he need to do. You know what I mean? And the kid worked hard to come back. I feel like this is a big upgrade for the Chiefs. Then you got Williams, Joshua Williams playing well as well. He's training in his stock is rising in the cornerback room. He's playing very well as well. So, this is going to be a big upgrade going right into the thick of things, into the playoffs.
I think that, I think in their best scenario, or kind of like maybe not a dream situation, but just kind of like a situation that it may play out, is if you play Jaylen and Joshua on the outside and Cuffs plays in the slot full time, for the playoff run, and then we'll see what happens next year. But I mean, this is huge, especially if he can make it all the way back. Yeah,
Lou, that's a good point, Lou, because don't give a damn who plays on the outside, one or two, but McDuffie, T-Cups, primary positions in that slot area. And so you can get some guys out there.
Well, it wasn't until last year, right? So
the last 3 games he's played a lot in the slot, though.
He has.
And he's been on top of the board.
He kind of mastered it, when he was thrown into that.
Correct.
And he kind of said, sure, I'll play in the slot, even though he really hadn't much in college. And he became an all-pro at that position. So he's pretty good there.
Yeah, you're right, absolutely. So keep my man to them slots. Let that man play slot. Now, Jay Watt come back, man, in the playoffs, phenomenal. He knows the system. He knows his position. Put your boy T-Cups in the slot area and let that man do work. Let him be the all-pro that he is. Let him do work. And just, I'm saying that to say this, guys. Long as that man doesn't go against my Bengals, he's phenomenal. He's the best slot corner in the game. I'm just saying.
So these are all like the haters out there, whether it be the old New England fans not wanting to see this whole thing take place. Yeah. The rest of the league thinking, well, maybe we get the Chiefs last year, they didn't. Yeah. And now this year they're looking at, hey, they're 15-1, but are they really that good? And now some of the other pieces of the puzzle start to come back. I mean, short of Rashee Rice coming back on the field, this is about as good as it's going to get.
Yeah.
And if DJ Humphries can lock down that left tackle position, it's just one of those things. Other teams and fan bases are kind of looking at this saying, "Oh my God, come on!"
You just said DJ Humphries locked down that position. I mean, everybody cross their fingers. That's what we want. That's what we want, don't we?
Right.
We want that man to lock that position up, don't we? We do.
But again, this is a big, like Lou said, like the other teams are out there looking. This is a big upgrade for the Kansas City Chiefs. Other teams are fighting, injuries while the Chiefs rest up. They racked up their playoffs number one seed when they took their business on Christmas Day, and now guys started to get healthier. Now you got Watson coming back. And now you got McDuffie. Got his guy on the other side, and you got guys back there that's when he was out got the playing time as well. Mm-hmm. So this is going to be a big upgrade. I'm looking forward to it. This can get the Chiefs over the hump going into this. And he got experience, guys, playing in the playoffs. Getting his ring when he was a rookie. I think he got 2 rings with the Kansas City Chiefs, correct?
Yep.
I think, right. So hey, on his way to this 3-peat come out, and ball out. And speaking of balling out, guys, it was some guys that was left got into the Pro Bowl, and some guys that got left out that got me very, very irritated.
Hey, what's his name? Say his name then.
His name, let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. These are the guys that got let in the Pro Bowl. You got Joe Tooney, Chris Jones, Travis Kelce for his 10th time in his career. You got Kareem Humphrey and Trey Smith. These guys are big ballers on the Kansas City Chiefs offensive side. And then you got Chris Jones is locking up that middle. But it was some guys that got left off, like T. Cuff, Patrick Mahomes. What are your thoughts on that, Lou? What is your thoughts?
The overriding thing that I noticed when they announced all the guys that made it was there's so many first year guys in both conferences, which is always good to see because so many times it becomes about like guys that have made it, how many years in a row, and it's just kind of like a rubber stamp with some dudes. They only took 3 quarterbacks. I mean, I don't have any argument with taking the 3 that they did. I get that because statistically, they were much better than what Patrick put up this year. And I think Patrick might even agree with that in some respect. Now, is it a big deal? You're not like looking forward to going. I mean, the Chiefs are obviously going to be busy that weekend, so none of these guys are actually going to be there. But
look at that.
Getting voted in is huge, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of these guys have it into their contracts. Pro Bowl.
We're talking $1 million bonus in some situations.
There's incentives and so forth. Yeah. And for some players, it's huge. I mean, obviously, Patrick is beyond. I mean, again, you hate to say it, but relatively speaking, $1 million really is not going to mean much to him at this point.
No,
it's a lot of money. It would be great, but
it's the accolades.
It's a college fund for child number 3.
But the point, but the bottom line is, I mean, if you're talking specifically the Chiefs, I mean, it's hard to really say. I was impressed that the middle 3 all got in. I thought like they might snub one of those guys, like Trey or Creed.
You can't snub Trey anymore.
But that's really cool that all 3 of them, and with Joe Tooney, obviously. I'm not going to get like all hot and bothered about somebody not making.
I'm hot and bothered about it because McDuffie deserved to be in there, and this is when it comes to contract talks, guys making money, guys, and this can hurt people's eyes of the young man getting what he deserved.
Who were the corners in the AFC that made it?
Just like Jerry Sneed's got snubbed when his contract year, and he was playing like the best corner in the league, and
that's always the question. You can say these are the guys that got snubbed, but who are you taking off? I mean, if you're putting this guy in,
you got Pat Surtain, you got Gonzalez.
Who are you taking out?
That's the problem. You got here we go. Yeah, you got Stingley with Texans. Surtain, Marlon Humphrey, and Denzel Ward. I mean,
right?
Denzel Ward playing lights out.
I mean, and not saying that Trent isn't as good as those guys. Trent is probably better than most of those guys, but maybe his season wasn't quite what was expected, or these guys popped off in certain weeks. So, hey, you know, work harder next year, I guess.
Hense want to butter that biscuit. Hense want the whole Chiefs roster to be in the Pro Bowl. It's okay. Hey, you got to earn it, man. Because you like them doesn't mean they got to make the playoffs.
He should have made.
You like them.
Make the playoffs. What are you talking about? You still
playoffs? They in the playoffs, the Pro Bowl. You want the whole Chiefs to get everything. You want.
It is a regular season thing, right? So
it is. That's what Hense says. You want Chiefs to get everything.
Again, the guy should have got in. McDuffie should have got in. And again, Patrick Mahomes, I don't care what nobody said about his season. He still should have got in. Look, he got this team to 15-1. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
14 plus games, after winning, you know what I mean? Guys getting stubbed.
But did he dominate though?
You got these other guys that's in here. You talking about Joe Burrow trying to barely make
Burrow is better. Joe Burrow is the best quarterback right now. Joe Burrow is the best quarterback.
Wishing to get into the playoffs. But again, man, the Patrick Mahomes got snubbed. And wait till the playoffs when y'all going to really see the boogeyman. I told him I called him the boogeyman. He's going to come out and he's snatching souls.
Take a look at how it's voted. You got a third of the vote is fans, third of the vote is players, third of the vote is coaches. And from a player perspective, obviously fans are going to vote for their favorites. You're going to have fan bases. You have the quote unquote ballot stuffing and so forth. So I don't even know. You got to take those with a grain of salt. Players, unless you're watching their film or a lot of standalone games, a lot of times you don't even see them play. So and it just like that top 100 thing, they get a list handed to them or whatever. Okay, you need to vote on this. You might catch that on your way out the door of the facility. It might be just after practice, whatever, and you just go and fill it in real quick. You don't even think twice. And here's a bunch of names. These are guys that made last year. Again, it's a lot of popularity. You hope that the coaches take some time with it, but everybody's so damn busy. They're talking about working 25 hours a day.
And sometimes, someone does it for the coaches. So the vote isn't always secured by the men themselves.
Yeah,
there are a lot of snubs. The Broncos tube was on, and Zach Allen
played very well.
That was a player.
He's
one of the best players in the NFL. Period.
Yeah,
usually first year.
He came from Arizona too.
Yeah,
I come from Arizona.
He had 3 sacks the other night against Cincinnati.
Yeah. No, he's terrific, and he definitely deserved it. Hey, we've also got a new Mr. M. Who commented about Remigio. I'm not sure who that is, but I think this could be somebody close to Nico.
I pay close attention to the avatars. What is
for
that?
The playoffs and on the 53-man next year.
That's off of some.
Is that some kind of bird?
Like a hawk or something.
Here we go, Lou.
That is from that is from
that's from that surfing movie, ain't it?
Yeah,
that's surfing movie.
The Penguin movie. But again, man.
But again, you stop blazing because your boy ain't in it.
Hey, like Ruben said, Candyman is coming. The boogeyman is coming. Right to the playoff.
That look very exotic.
No, I don't like that graphic. I'm just going to be honest with you. I like the boogeyman.
You don't like it because he's coming for you too, Mr. Nick.
He's coming for me.
Nick,
I came out of retirement because Patrick Mahomes came to the team. I don't want to hear that crap.
Hey, that picture look a little bit exotic. It like Mahomes look a little exotic in that picture. So.
Yeah, but
I'm not even going to ask. I think if you're voting for the top 3 in the AFC, you're pulling Burrow and putting Mahomes in, right?
No brainer. Jay,
no. From a statistical point of view, no, you can't. Those are the 3 best. Those from
what? Nah, we're not doing it.
No, we are doing that. No,
you got to remember, there's a difference. Okay, hold on. Let me explain something.
Let Nick speak.
Yeah, give me 20 here.
Truth. You got you.
So the bottom line is the vote is popularity. The vote is statistical what you see in the eyeball week in and week out for 17 games.
Right.
That's what the MVP is. Now, the Associated Press may view it differently. and they have their official,
Well,
they have their
they're just a sporadic group of writers. So I don't even think they.
But that's
one
different.
One of the guys that's on the McAfee show has an AP vote, and he like read a couple of the emails that they send out to them as voters, and it is as vague can be. There's no uniformity at all.
No, and that's the whole point. I mean, that's the whole point.
And there's even less in Pro Bowl voting. So,
well, the bottom line is, if you're one of those fan bases that's upset about the Baltimore, the Bengals, Buffalo Bills quarterbacks, who's better, you're not winning a Super Bowl. The eye isn't on the prize. Patrick Mahomes could give a rat's tailbone about.
Well, we don't care what Patrick thinks. We're talking about what we think. Okay?
Well, so what I think is, it doesn't matter. I don't care anymore. I'm about the bling, and that's it. There's no other criteria that's important to me. None.
Okay, Boca.
Yeah. So with that said, man, let's get right into.
That's the only. Is that the only? He and Teacups. Those were the only snubs we had.
I think those were really the only snubs.
As far as the Chiefs are concerned, somebody brought up Zach Allen. Anybody else?
Zach Allen was good too. Zach Allen was good too.
Any of the fan bases that want to chime in, we'd love to have your comments.
Anybody on the JB bandwagon, jump on it, because I'm running the shit.
Everybody want to jump on the full-time bandwagon.
Did Sam Darnold make the Pro Bowl?
I believe he did. Yes. Let's see.
Who did they have? Jaden Daniels, Jared Goff.
What'd you say, Mo?
Let's see.
But again, let's get it right into Factor Cap, man. You ready for this?
Forget about what we were talking about, Hense. Just keep going with whatever you guys are laughing about. Let's do that. Actually, for the rest of the show, let's see how that goes.
They have a telepathic communication thing going on.
I'm laughing at him because he's gonna say, "Yeah, everybody jump on the BJ bandwagon."
On the JB bandwagon, and I'm your captain, guys. I will steer you in the right direction. All right, direction. We're going to the playoff. We're going to the AFC Championship.
I said, who else want to jump on that blowjob bandwagon with Drake?
Come on. All right.
Hey, nobody taking BJs over here, sir.
Hey, the Broncos over here, sir. Broncos.
I thought we retired that
Broncos win to keep Burrow out.
No, Broncos gonna lose. Broncos too. Well, I know what, you was cool for a minute because you like Zach Allen. He's a fellow Cardinal.
Burrow. I just don't.
What?
I don't fear Burrow in Kansas City. He wouldn't play them before.
I don't fear Burrow.
Okay, well, there's nothing to fear, but
we're not scared of anybody.
But no, what I'm saying, you can't watch his games and watch him play and not say that he's playing at an elite level. He's probably playing as well, or probably better than he has his entire career.
I agree.
This year.
I agree 100%.
So
there's no question about that.
So he deserves it. I think Lamar certainly deserves it. I think Josh earns it and deserves it. So Patrick doesn't get it one year.
Hold on. Listen, let the Bengals in. We ain't scared. Yeah. NFL, let them in.
Right.
They ain't scared. Let them in.
That's gonna lead me to one of my.
I've officially put out the curveball. Let's get to the next segment. Let's go.
Here we go, gang. It's that time, Friday afternoon, where we it's opinionated. You really can't win this segment, but I don't know. I think I win every week. So here we go. I'm going to read you some statements, if you would. You decide whether it's fact or cap. I mean, it's that simple. So it is week 18, and there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of guys have incentives in their contracts that they're trying to hit. There's NFL records that are about to be broken, or they could be broken, or the teams are choosing not to try to break them. So we've been talking about it for a few weeks. Saquon, potential MVP candidate. He's sitting right there. This record, the NFL rushing yards for a season, has been sitting there for 40 years. Eric Dickerson's got the record. Saquon is 100 yards short. Okay. But they're kind of locked in at the 2 seed. Speaking of the Eagles, they make a decision. So the statement is this: the Eagles made the right decision to shut down Saquon for this week. Hensley.
I would say, Cap. I would say that is not the right decision because the man is facing history. If the man can get history, let him get it. You know, the running backs are trying to make their way back into the NFL bank load in the bank account. Let the man go out here and prove that he can take the record. Now, could the Eagles stick it to him? They did, but hey, if I was the Eagles, I'd give the man a record for Cap. Nick,
go ahead, Nick.
Boy, this is a tough one for me because I'm not a big Dickerson fan, but I'm gonna go with Hense. I think I'm with Hense on this one.
Meaning,
Cap.
he should play.
He should play.
Meaning he should.
Okay.
No,
All right,
I
Coach.
got you, Lou. No introduction, Lou. I got it. No, I think he should. I think he should break the record because this record, man, he's been holding on to this record his whole life, Dickerson. I think he's scared. I think he wanted to be, he still wanted to be known out here, right? And word is, Shaquan said that the coach told him it's his choice. And Shaquan said, I don't really want to do it.
No.
I think you're making stuff up now, Coach.
That's what he said from his. That's what he said from his mouth.
It sounds
and the coach said no.
It sounds really good. I think Saquon definitely wanted to get a chance at it, but kind of deferred to the team and team goals.
That's what I'm saying.
He spoke about his dad and kind of, hey, our last name would be on that record, and it stood for 40 years. Who's to say it wouldn't stand for another 40 years?
Right.
So there are personal things. Yeah, it actually is a tough one because I want to say he was pretty much responsible for them getting this far. The difficult thing is again, you're locked in at that position. God forbid he was to get hurt and couldn't play in the playoffs.
Right.
That would really suck. This is a tough one for me too, but it's not so much about Dickerson. It's just about
who the Eagles play this week?
Giants, actually, his old team.
Man, break the damn record.
He can do that.
Who knows? Maybe they changed their mind. They let him play. They give him the ball a few times, and he runs wild.
2,000 yards. I'm 100 yards away.
Yeah, I'm gonna go fact with this one. Just being kind of like a team thing. AJ Brown got hurt last year in game 18, and he wasn't able to play in the playoffs. I don't think it would have made a difference because they were just. You gotta break the record,
and you right there. You break the damn record. And
all right, gang, let's go. Hey, how about those? Are our graphics working? Did we have any pictures of these guys? All right, let's go to the second one. We've been talking about ad nauseum about the Cincinnati Bengals on this here program. I'm not really sure why, but we're gonna give them their due. They're kind of hot right now.
Goddamn
right? They still need a little bit of help here to get in the playoffs.
Hold it together, Hensley.
They got to win in Pittsburgh, which is not going to be an easy thing to do. The Steelers are kind of reeling.
They tough, and
I would think, want to lock up the 5 seed because if they lose and the Chargers win, now all of a sudden, they're playing a much tougher game. That 5 seed going to Houston might be a nice path. So the statement is this, and I'm comparing the two potential 7 seeds. The Bengals would be a much more dangerous 7 seed than the Packers are in the NFC. Hensley.
I would say that is straight cat. Blowjob Burrow can't get it done. So I'm going to go like this, man. I feel like if your team ain't winning above 500, you don't deserve to be in the playoffs. So I feel like Green Bay will be the most dangerous team than the Bengals, the butthole Bengals.
The statement was if they got in.
Pipe in it, man.
I think we've got your full disdain for the Bengals documented.
Yes, absolutely.
And her. I think we're good.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. What? Come on, Nick. Let's go ahead and go, Nick. Till you get to your boy.
Read the question one more time. You guys are distracted.
If the Bengals get in,
Yes.
they would be a more dangerous 7 seed than the Packers are in the NFC.
I would say fact, only because I think there's still some coaching issues with Green Bay, and Burrows is hot. So I would say they're more dangerous.
What do you say, Coach?
You saying the Bengals are more dangerous?
Yes.
You goddamn right they dangerous. What the hell you mean? Absolutely, because no team in the AFC want to see my Bengals. Nobody want to see them. Right? No defensive coordinator want to see my Bengals right now. JB is the man right now. Yes, they are way more dangerous than the Green Bay Packers.
Everybody,
hold on. Yeah. Every offense in the AFC wants to see the Bengals defense. Trust me.
Whatever, Nick. Whatever. We talk about JB and our offense.
I think given the potential matchup, I'm going to say fact, just because if they get in and I think they would have a legitimate chance of going up to Buffalo and winning that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, it may be the only game that they win, or I'm not even saying that they would win, but I think they would have a much better chance than them or actually Green Bay going to Philadelphia. So it's tight because I think the Packers,
it's something about the Packers.
They were kind of like that team for a while.
And they were my team. They're my Super Bowl team, but I just don't see it
Nick.
now.
And they kind of fell off that last game, and it didn't go well. It didn't go well at all. But a good running game and good defense will travel. So I'm still going to go with the Bengals on that one. Okay, we have arguably the biggest, or at least most wins head to head in a regular season finale in NFL history. Detroit and Minnesota play. They both have 14 wins. This game is not only for the division, but also the number 1 seed in the NFC. Detroit has been well documented, injuries all over the place on defense. There is a chance that Alex Anzalone comes back, their green dot guy comes back this week, which would be huge for that defense. But given Dan Campbell, given the culture of this team, Minnesota's kind of that team nobody saw coming. The statement is this: Detroit will figure out how to win this game and beat Minnesota. Even though all the injuries on defense, they will figure it out and win this game. Hensley.
Well, I would say that would be a cap. I think Minnesota. I said I had some not high hopes on Minnesota this season, but they've been proving me wrong. They have proven me wrong, so I would say that would be a cap. I think Minnesota will take care of business, and Minnesota deserved that number 1 seed. And Minnesota is, got my vote to be the number 1 team in the NFC.
This, folks, listening and watching the panel, this is a big growing moment for Hensley.
It is.
He has actually taken some responsibility and shown that he can be wrong. So I applaud you. I appreciate your growth, Hens.
I don't.
Let's go, Nick.
I'm fully on the Vikings bandwagon right now. Over the last couple of weeks, I've really got into the rematch of Super Bowl IV. I've gone off the Packers and I'm back on the Vikings as the Super Bowl opponent for the Chiefs. The Vikings will go into Detroit and they will win this game handily.
All right, Coach.
No, Golf gonna go out there and get it done because people are still not giving Detroit their respect, man. I think they go out there, defense plays well. They go out there and get it done. The Chiefs had injuries, and Chiefs are 15-1.
Yeah, but they're almost all healthy now.
Well, now they are. Now they are. I'm just saying,
Lions won't be in the playoffs.
This is going to be one of my plays of the week. I'm all in on Detroit. Injuries be damned. They figure out how to win. I mean, they remind me of another team that I kind of follow. So they're going to outscore opponents if they have to. They'll make enough plays on defense, get some extra possessions. I think they're going to get it done. Okay, last one. Now, far be it from us to kind of revel in other people's misery or people losing their jobs. But
people not watching this show?
Monday, Monday is going to be a tough day for a few guys. Affectionately known as Black Monday in the NFL circles, there's going to be some coaches fired.
Yep.
So I'm going to throw out some names, and you guys can just okay. Let's go with this. Fact means they stay. Cap means they go.
All right, rapid
All right,
fire.
let's keep it that simple. Okay, first one. Mike McCarthy, Dallas. Hensley.
Fact.
Nick?
Fact.
So that means he stays.
Yes.
Okay.
Fact. I'm going with fact. I'm going with fact.
You're going to go with fact? Yeah, Jerry's weird this way, so I'm going to say fact.
Belichick's gone.
Even though he doesn't have a contract, and his contract will be up, I think they're going to bring him back. Yeah, all right, Brian Daboll, New York Giants.
Cap.
I go cap.
Cap, dead man walking, Brian. Sorry. Doug Peterson in Jacksonville. Hensley.
Cap.
This is I hate this for him, but Doug, I think you're out.
He'll be on the Chiefs sidelines next year.
Now this is a strange one, and I'm just gonna say it. I don't know. I just felt like I had to put him on the list. Shane Steichen in Indianapolis. Hensley.
Cap.
He's gone. I'm sorry, Cap. He's gone.
Cap.
Yeah, there's just a lot of noise coming from that whole thing, and they're not going to. I mean, I'm sure they'll get rid of some players. And Chris Ballard has been there a long time for not having a bunch of playoffs. So I think I like Steichen. I think he'll show up somewhere else, and like in that second go round, he'll have more success. But I'm going to say Cap.
He'll be a coordinator next year.
Antonio Pierce, Raiders. Hence.
Cap.
That's done.
Fact. I'm going fact.
You say they keep him. All right.
I'm
gonna go Cap.
Tom Brady won't allow that.
This is a big move here. I mean, Brady's gonna flex his whatever percentage he has. I think in Mark Davis.
Flex his 10%.
In Mark Davis's eyes, that's like his best friend. That's like his best friend now.
You say Bob.
So I think if Brady says you should really hire Vrabel, that's a done deal. So and then the other three guys that got chopped during the season: Dennis Allen, Robert Saleh, and Matt Eberflus, obviously in New Orleans, New York Jets, and the Bears also looking for coaches right now. So it's a horrible day. I mean, and it's not just the head coaches; it's all the assistants and their families and everything else. It sucks. But they made a lot of money, so hey, this is the profession you've chosen. So that's it, gang. That's going to do it for Factor Cap for this week. Happy Week 18, and Black Monday coming up.
That's right.
Brought to you by Hurricanes and the Hurricanes Group.
And our sponsors.
All right, before we get into the topics of the day, let's talk about our sponsors again. First up, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Real Estate Group. If you're looking for someone who can help you buy or sell a house in the greater Kansas City area, give Eric a call at 816-729-3785, or you can email him at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Fact or Cap.
That's right. Another proud sponsor is my amazing wife, Emily Athan. If you are looking for flexible health insurance coverage, there's nobody who understands the market better than she does, whether that's a government option or a private option. She'll take care of you. So if you just want to get a free quote or get free analysis or talk Chiefs football, give her a call at 913-215-9086.
Emily.
That's right.
Emily.
Let's talk about our newest sponsor, Resell Electronics.
Emily.
Save big on the hottest electronics. At Resell Electronics, we offer the best deals on new and pre-owned TVs, game consoles, cameras, plus so much more. With 2 convenient locations along Noland Road in Independence. Stop by and visit us today.
That's right. Resell Electronics is your top source to buy and sell your personal consumer electronics. If you got some old stuff you want to get rid of, they'll give you cash. If you're looking for a deal post-Christmas and the holidays, this is your one-stop shop. 2 terrific locations, both in Independence, 1214 Noland Road and also down in the flea market on 40 Highway. Check out their website at resellwithaclectronics.com.
Resell
Electronics.
Love it, love it, love it. Hey, Ruben, we thanks a shout out for the sponsors. Love it. Thanks, buddy. All right.
I can hear Ruben's voice in those.
I can too.
Last two.
I heard him say resale.
Yeah. He said, I can hear Ruben's voice in that last one.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
we got, I know a lot of people probably looking for the Cube top 6, but that will be coming. I have a playoff
A playoff bug.
a playoff one coming. So they'll be coming after this next week. So be looking forward to that. So let's get right into the preview of the Chiefs and the Broncos. Do Broncos have a franchise quarterback in Bo Nix? You gotta say, Nick.
You know, I think the jury's still out. I think the fact that he's, you know, no disrespect, he is a rookie. He has not beaten a playoff team. He did beat the Bucs, but they have not qualified for the playoffs. So he would be 0-5 or 0-6 against teams that have made the playoffs. And I think if you're going to be that guy, and if you compare him to the rookie season or the second year of Patrick Mahomes, you know, he got him to the AFC title game. So I think he has all the tools. He has a vast wealth of experience in college. He's getting a baptism by fire. But the thing that concerns me about him a little bit, not to mention the fact that he hasn't beaten a playoff team, the Broncos' schedule was really soft and weak, and they beat up on some really bad football teams. And again, that's hard to do. That's not easy to do when you're kind of trying to find yourself. I think he has a chance to be really, really good. Is he a quarterback that's going to surpass Patrick Mahomes or Justin Herbert, or who knows who the Raiders are going to end up with, you know, once Tom Brady, wields his power in Vegas. But I would say he has a 50-50 chance to be a franchise quarterback. I think they still need to get a lot of pieces around him. But Sean Payton, who I don't really care for all that much, has done a terrific job in identifying him and developing him. So to answer the question, I'm on the fence. It's possible, but I need to see him play really good against better talent.
Take a stand, Nick.
All right, I'll say no. Fine. Sorry on my Broncos. I'm trying to give love, some shout outs to some of my Broncos fans.
You said take a stand, Nickelodeon. Now listen, I'm gonna say this.
Oh, like you've never been 50-50 on something. Oh wait. Who's the best quarterback in the week? Oh, it was that guy. Oh no, this week it's this guy. Okay.
I'll call it how I see it, Nick. I'll call it how I see it, Nick.
That's a good one, Nick. That's a good one. Good comeback.
You may want to get your eyes checked then, man.
Hey, Bo Nix to me a little what is
it?
Yeah,
great.
3,400 yards, 3,400 yards, 25 TDs, 12 interceptions. Yes, I think he's the franchise guy. Against my Cincinnati Bengals, against the team of the AFC, the greatest team in the AFC. He lit it up though. He definitely lit it up, man.
Empty calories. We talk about.
He definitely lit it up, man. Did you call timeout, bro? You didn't. So listen. No, he definitely lit it up though. I think Bo Nix is their franchise guy. Like I said, 25-12, a little 3,400 yards. He's the guy. He's the guy they wanted. And he's been answering every question this year, and then he's been a little bit clutch. He was clutch against my Bengals. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. He was clutch against my Bengals. He was, but yeah, I think Sean Payton found this guy.
Yeah, I think as long as Sean Payton is there, he's going to not just be successful. I think that's the guy he wanted for specific reasons, and I think he's played to that level. Now, the entire season, no. Has he had his ups and downs? Of course, he's a rookie. But I think in some of the bigger moments, it hasn't looked too big for him. So he's made some plays. I'm sure there's ones that he wants back, but just watching him, how they operate and how Sean Payton wants them to operate, I think he fits it. He fits him hand in glove. So I think as long as Sean is there, he's going to continue to progress. Not saying that he couldn't under a different coach, but I think Payton's going to get this team to where he wants it to be. Right. And then we'll see if they can overtake the teams above them.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I said they got the franchise quarterback because he almost took out Prime Zero And
J Money
becoming for the in the playoffs. But again, I feel like he do got a good quarterback. He is a franchise quarterback because he almost took out the Chiefs. He almost single-handed. If the field goal
he did
block, the kid could have ball out. Now, can he get in when he get in the playoffs? When they get in the playoffs,
they're not getting into the playoffs. Sorry,
that would be your 7th seed.
Sorry, Broncos too, but your boy's not making it. I'm sorry.
When they get in, man, when he get that experience with Sean Payton, and Sean Payton knows his quarterbacks. He turned Drew Brees around. He was gunning for Patrick Mahomes, and now he got his guy. And a lot of people didn't think would be there at in the top 10 of the quarterbacks. And Bo Nix coming for Oregon. A lot of people had, Caleb Williams, Jaylen
this past week.
This guy, I feel like yes, that he's gonna be that they franchise quarterback going forward.
So does Bo Nix beat Ohio State?
Yep.
I don't think so. Not the way they were rolling. Now, if Bo had his team from last year,
yeah,
perhaps. But just the way things shook out, just to plop him in there, I don't think so. I mean, Ohio State is just playing at a different level than everybody.
They're the best team in college football.
No, Brad Smith put on a show. I said, God, but Ohio's known for their receivers anyway. So
that kid is phenomenal. Oh, he's a freshman, right?
Yep.
They said he's not.
He's a freshman. What a shame. He's got to be stuck in college for what, 2 more years?
2 more years.
I hate that rule.
Speaking of franchise players, can Carson still be the Chiefs' future running back?
No.
No.
Wow.
No.
Nick, go ahead.
He's really not dynamic at anything. Does he have a spot in the NFL? Absolutely.
Yeah,
he can be like kind of that. I don't want to disrespect Kyle Juszczyk, but somebody like that. If he can show that he has any receiving skills, he can be that type of guy, because as long as Coach Reed, he just goes back to his original West Coast roots, and West Coast offense always had a fullback, and he isn't necessarily like a fullback by trade. I think just because by default and body type on this team, he was really the only guy that could do it. But no, he's not really dynamic enough to, I mean, Pops isn't really quite dynamic enough to be the future at running back. So if
let that sink in, Bo,
then Carson certainly isn't. But he certainly has a place on the team unless somebody takes it away from him, and I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Here's what I think. I think it's going to be the Steele on Scatterbo show next season in Kansas City.
Hey, Scatterbo.
Wouldn't that be great?
Well, oh my God, that boy's a monster.
What a warrior this kid is.
Yeah, he
just unbelievable. I'm jumping running backs.
Is he beating Jenny? Is he beating Janetti? I said it right, Lou.
Jenny looked terrible in that game. Just
terrible. He was
there. It is Devin Neal. I mean, I'm still high on Devin Neal too. Probably third or fourth, fifth round.
I would say yes.
I knew you would.
You would say yes.
You say yes to anybody.
Yes. My vision. Yes, if they bring back EB, they bring back EB. Bring him back on the coaching staff. Have him coaching up Carson Steele, because we know what he did with Kareem Hunt. We know what he did with Adrian Peterson. We know what he did with the Damon Williamson. We know what he did with all the other running backs that play with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Even I gotta disagree.
With Carson Steele,
we're surrounded.
Bring him around.
We got EB on the left and we got Burrow on the right. I mean,
hey! I'm just proof is in the pudding.
Those old geezers, man.
It's the truth, man.
I'll just say it, man. Like, I think that if that happens, I would just say it. Like, maybe he could be. I'm not going to say that. It's a lot of players. It's a lot of players and get a lot of opportunities.
Carson seems like a really good dude. He's just
a great dude.
I mean, for this offense to really, really explode and go to the next level, is they need a back a lot like Jerick McKinnon.
Yeah.
maybe a little bit bigger, but somebody that like a Jahmyr Gibbs type, right? Somebody like, going back to like Brian Westbrook. I mean, that's when, Coach Reed's offense.
You need a Jamal Charles.
Exactly. Somebody that can catch the ball out of the backfield, but not just catch it, but take it the distance at any time. Now, that's a lot to ask for. There's not a lot of those guys out there.
Yeah, there's not a lot.
In terms of the
Jamal Charles
future running back, will he have a job next year with the Chiefs? Probably. I wouldn't even guarantee that. Carson Steele.
Yeah, he'll be on the roster next year.
I feel like he'll be the starter because you never know.
You lying?
Hey, he's going to get a big chance on Sunday. He's going to get a big chance. He's going to be the featured back.
No. We don't need him having a chance. We need y'all starters to start, man. We need y'all to go out there and get.
We ain't nobody can start. We ain't letting the Bengals in. Well, with that said, which Chiefs wide receiver will have an impact on Sunday? Nico Mangio down in the chat. Which one have it?
Well, listen, I think Dre said it before the show. He thinks the Chiefs are going to pass the ball a lot, and I think that's going to be the case too. Yeah. I think they're going to give Carson Wentz a lot of reps, unless the weather's bad in Denver. I know it's going to be really bad in Kansas City, snowing, and I don't know about that, but I think Carson's going to throw the rock quite a bit just to get to get some excess work, and then I think at some point they'll just go to the run game exclusively and get out of there and get healthy and get ready for the playoffs. But so who steps up? I think obviously the obvious one is Remigio. I also think that maybe Watson.
Obvious to this group. I don't know.
Obvious to this group, but I also think this is a big game for Justin Watson too. Because
you said Justin Ross. That's right.
No, I said Justin Watson. Check your ears.
Justin
Watson.
I
think this is a big game for him, as big as it is for Remigio. I think Watson. He's a free agent too. It's a big audition. I don't think both these guys, Watson and Remigio, are going to be on the roster next year. I think the edge is probably Remigio because he can be, a good returner. But, Watson has made a lot of really good plays and missed on a few here and there. But, I like to see there's going to be another receiver in the postseason that steps up. I don't know which one it's going to be in one of these three games. We saw it with Hardman. You got Hollywood Brown back. You got DeAndre Hopkins, who's basically taken over the Rashee Rice role. You've got things now but there's going to be that, like in the Super Bowl last year, it was Jennings for the 49ers. Out of nowhere, this kid hadn't done a whole lot, and he scored two touchdowns.
Third and Juwan, baby. Every time he had an opportunity to play, he stood up. He did. To me, you're gonna call me a homer, whatever, but it's gonna be number 83.
Yeah,
because first, if Kelsey's not playing, which he probably isn't, he is.
We got Joe Burrow, we got AB, we got.
He is gonna get. I guarantee double-digit targets for 83.
And Nico in the chat.
I think Juju is going to see significant action.
That's true.
In the game.
Yeah, everybody, but damn it, Justin Ross.
So we can't. Again, these guys have to play. There's just not enough guys on the team to just say, okay, well, all these guys are going to sit, and it's going to be, Nico and a bunch of offensive linemen playing, right? No, you can't do that. So I hope Nico has a big game. I truly do
for his sake.
Because I want the Chiefs to win this game for those guys.
Thank you for those guys.
Get a chance to play.
Hey, Lou, real quick.
And show that all the work that they do in the off season, during practices, on the scout team, that
all the hard work and
I can play. I'm a player in this league. So, I still say, the guys that typically play a lot but don't get the ball a lot. 83 and number 9.
Lou. I like to just say, let's do it for the starters. Let's do it for the young man. Win for the youngins. Win for the youngins. It's not about the Bengals. It's not about.
I'll say this. A wide receiver that's going to step up is going to be out there. I'm looking for. I'm rooting for. I root for everybody on the Chiefs, but
I know you are.
I'm looking for 81 to get some fair snaps to show everybody what he can do, show the fan base what he can do. But again, I'm looking for somebody to get some positive reps and get some more reps out there and get more playing time. And I feel like that's going to be number 84. You know what I mean? I feel like he's going to be the biggest receiver to get to make the impact on Sunday and show everybody that, hey, I am Patrick's favorite guy when it Packers in the hole, and he finds a way to get the man the ball. Now, you know what I mean? I like the kid, man. So I'm just rooting for him. Watson probably come out to play well, So hey, 81 gonna come out and play well. Everybody in the chat, he said Noah Gray. Everybody got somebody, but I'm going for the Chiefs to win this game and go forward some theirs. But
man, listen. I want to see my boy Justin Ross, but he's not out there, so I don't give a good darn who sees the damn ball. Just score points when the number is called. You remember, we're doing this for Carson Wentz. This game is about Carson Wentz. This is his breakout game, guys. And I know the Kingdom do not want to let that man down. Y'all go out there, y'all bang it up with Carson Wentz, man. Put him on the right path, get the positive reps in. And remember, these are the Denver Broncos, guys. We don't want these guys to beat y'all. All right? You win your division.
And Patrick's pushing 32. So, hey, this is all about that, too. So, let's get right in. Let's get it with Spags. Will Spags be aggressive on defense? Will he?
Yeah, I agree. He will.
I think he calls his regular game.
Yeah.
So, yes, he will be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if we remember last year against the Chargers, he was pretty aggressive with his defense. I don't remember the name of the quarterback they had, but
Easton Stick.
That's right. They went after him. Now, obviously, Bo Nix is a heck of a lot more talented, but I don't think the Chiefs are going to concede anything. And again, now that we kind of know that Watson's going to be back in the postseason, here's a chance to see what Najee Johnson can do, what Wallace can do, what Hicks can do. And I think you're going to see a fairly aggressive. I just checked the weather. It's going to be, 30 degrees. No, the rain and the snow will have moved out by then. So I think you just be aggressive. I think this is a good time for Spags to see what he's got with some of these younger guys. See if they're called upon in the postseason, as we saw a couple of years ago when Watson and a couple of the other young guys stepped up and made plays. So I think Spags is going to be real aggressive.
Most of them have gotten significant reps during the course of the season already. Yeah. So this isn't like a big deal. Like, oh my God, this guy's playing now. Yeah. Now they get a lot more snaps, right? That I think that's the biggest thing to see is who's capable of playing maybe 50 snaps instead of 20.
Hey, so Ruben Mango said he don't expect Josh Williams to play. Do y'all agree with that?
I feel like this, man. With Spags be aggressive on defense, I feel like he will be aggressive on defense. And like Mango said in the chat, some of these guys ain't gonna play, but like Wallace and Taylor, I'm looking for these guys to play. Come out here and show what they, like Lou said, show what they got. Show what they can prove and going into this postseason. Get these young guys some reps, get Hicks some reps, see if they can, boost up this defense even more, even when Watson coming back. So I feel like he's going to stick to his game plan, come out here and call it a Spags type of game and come out here and ball out and, and win this game. So, hey, I'm looking for it.
Hey, now go out there, Williams, and show who you are, Williams, number 2. Go out there and show who you are, man. Go out there and you get busy. You earn those reps. You go out there and you dominate the Denver Broncos. You go out there and you shut down Sutton. You shut down Sutton.
So 4 reasons the Chiefs will win on Sunday. Coach Dre.
Because first of all, what's going to happen is, again, they're in their division. They don't like the Broncos. Hell, I don't like the Broncos. I can't stand the Broncos. Number 2, again, this is
going against the color orange. Man, what is going on today?
I know, but they ain't black though, Nick. It's orange and black that I'm rooting for.
The zebra cakes. That's what he rooted for.
Yeah, for real. Honestly, it's Wentz. That's my take. He said 4 reasons. Yes, my take.
Wentz. That's your reason. My reason is. I think the Chiefs are going to win because I firmly believe if they win this football game, they're going to win the Super Bowl. That will give them 19 wins in a season, setting the all-time NFL record to go along with the three-peat. I think the Chiefs don't want the Broncos in the playoffs. You don't let a division rival, you don't give them an inch because you want to make sure that you keep them down. You don't give them any confidence going into 2025. And if they lose this game, they'll have lost. They had a one game. They just had to win one of 3 games. And if they lose all 3, it's not going to help the development of this team. It's not going to help the confidence of this football team. And if Sean Payton really wants to make a statement, he goes out there and he puts the floor against the Chiefs. But, he made a lot of coaching gaffes last week in Cincinnati, kind of gave the game to the Bengals, despite the fact that Joe Burrow was great. But they had a chance to just tie that game, and they're in the playoffs. So this is a big game for him too. But if I'm the Chiefs, I can't be having an undefeated season, but I can get more combined wins, playoffs, and regular season than any other team in NFL history. And I want to see that personally. So that's why I think they're going to win.
Yeah. So it's all selfish for Nick. He just wants to see them win this game. So the reason they'll win, you've got guys that are used to playing, entire games against, a good portion of guys that aren't. So, I mean, just looking at it from the surface, you'd say the Chiefs are kind of at a disadvantage. If that is the case, then the way they win is to kind of continue taking the ball away as they've had over the last 3 weeks on defense, giving Carson Wentz as many different possessions as they possibly can. So that I think it's going to be more of a defensive thing than offense, because again, how good can the timing be, even though they've worked together against, in scout team and so forth. I get it. It's against the Chiefs stars, but again, it's practice. You're playing against a team that's desperate. They pretty much, the only way they lose and still get in is if Cincinnati and Miami lose. Then they still get in regardless of the outcome, but they won't know that because the Dolphins are playing at the same time. Right. So you've got a very desperate team that's coming off. Even though they lost that game, I thought they played very well, coaching decisions notwithstanding. I personally go for 2 at the end there, regulation, and just, make them defend one play versus, having, giving Joe Burrow the ball at any point.
The greatest
but ever. That's neither here nor there now. But yeah, just extra possessions, have the defense take the ball away and keep the game close. And at the end, you make a play and, Harrison kicks a winning field goal.
That's right. Go Harrison.
I say the reason they win is pin the tail on the donkey, man. It's all you do is you do. You got to pin the tail
on the donkey, Bo. Yeah.
I think they actually have that up on the whiteboard at 1 Arrowhead Drive.
I'm sure they do.
Actually, there's a big picture of a jackass with the dart right in its butt.
I'm throwing that motherfucker.
Bullseye. But again, man, let's show this is your vision, like Nick said. Keep the division in check, and don't teach no losing. You don't teach a losing mentality to the young guys. You don't come out here and lose.
Hey, who want to read it?
All right, Broncos 2. Broncos 2. That's the word. This is the worst Chiefs team in 7 years. Okay, I'm not going to say that because that's not true. The Broncos should have won against
according to Broncos 2. That was Broncos 2 Basho.
I have no idea.
I don't understand that. Y'all hear that?
Can you let me finish? Just let me finish.
Let him finish. Dang.
Damn, guys, we're trying to show respect for the other teams.
Go ahead.
Broncos should have won against our starters. The first time you can't say, I'm not going to disagree. Now you expect the backups to win. Come on, guys. Well, here's what I think. I think it also comes down to coaching. And I also think it comes down to, the way the Chiefs operate in games like this at the end of the season. Look at what happened last year against the Chargers. Yeah, Stick was the quarterback, but they had Chris Jones out there. Yes, he was chasing $1 million bonus. But defensively, they were strong. Offensively, they were a little weak.
You got it.
But, I think at the end of the day, I don't know if the Broncos know how to win a game like this yet. And that's all I'm saying. That's where I'm coming from. I'm not disrespecting the team. I'm not disrespecting Bo Nix. I just don't know mentally, which is what you have to have. What the hell is so funny?
Man, what the hell? Man, this dude came in this chat talking nonsense about our team.
Well, because
I'm just trying to be a calming voice.
No, Nick, I get what you're saying.
I don't want no hatred, guys.
Hence takes these things very personally.
Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal.
I'm
saying, I'm looking at it realistically. I don't think Denver has gotten to that level yet where they can win a game like this.
Well,
I mean, get there
virtually it's a playoff game for them, but they're playing against teams that are resting some starters.
Jeez,
so there's a lot that goes into this. So is that an advantage? Is the pressure going to be too much? Yeah, this is where maybe we learn a little bit about Bo Nix, and going back to the question of, is he a franchise quarterback? If he is Broncos tube, then he will go out and win this game to prove play the best game he's played all season to win. And then God bless you, go up to Buffalo and get your asses kicked, and we'll see you next year.
Go beat the Bills. Go beat the Bills.
Hey, Broncos too, man. I'm with you on this one, man. I'm rooting for the Broncos, man. I am, man. All right. No, take that back. Hold on. My bad. My fault, guys. I'm not rooting for the damn Broncos.
I told you, check those glasses, check the contacts.
Man, no, I was worried about Hense. We talking about. I was worried about when he said to Nick about you supporting, trying to show some love to this Bronco. And then it dawned on me. I said, hell nah. Broncos are going to lose. Hell nah.
There you go. Listen. He goes, I can see our point. We can't overlook the game, and Carson is good. He likes to run around 16 times a game, and I never talked bad about the Chiefs on here. And he
notwithstanding the man to your far left.
We
do welcome your commentary.
Absolutely.
Thanks for tuning in and watching. It's mostly in jest, again, except for the man to your far left.
Hey, listen, it is good for the Chiefs to have a division that is competitive up and down.
I'm a Bengals fan, and I get my ass kicked every damn show.
Well, they're not in our division. I don't give a crap about them.
They in the AFC. Damn.
But again, man,
let's get into our scores.
It's no love, man. It's just rivalry week for me, man. I'm in rivalry mode. That's all it is.
I think the Chiefs and the Broncos are the biggest rivalry.
You meant it.
So I
don't understand donkey talk. So let's get to our score.
Do you have an affiliation with the Mighty Ducks?
Oh yes, my son got this for me for Christmas.
Nice. There you go. All right.
Mighty Ducks.
I see you got the C on your chest. You're Captain Hense. Whose name is on the back?
Shoot, I think it's bow tie. I can't. Around.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Lou, pay attention to detail. He was like, "Yes, he got the captain on there."
All right, let's get to our scores. What do we got?
Let's get to the score edition of the beatdown of the. Let's get right to
this.
Nick got a clean sweep.
A clean sweep. I'm a little surprised. I got the Chiefs with a 1-point victory on a touchdown from Carson Wentz to Carson Steele for a 14-13
win. Nick got him 14-13, Drake 31-24. I got him going into overtime. Overtime Chiefs win.
Walk off
by Nico. Yeah. Nico, number 81 in the end zone.
Punt return. That would be awesome.
Wouldn't that be great?
Walk-off punt return.
So Lou having 24-20, Mango 26-20. And yes, Mr. Guy in the chat, the Broncos YouTube said 30-13. Patrick Surtain has 6 interceptions and a sack.
Hey, Patrick Surtain is the defensive MVP of the NFL. No question.
Oh, no question. No question about that. That is not a real question. That is a false statement.
That's a fact.
Let's get right into our sponsors before we close out.
All right, let's talk about the people who help make the wheels turn here at the Four Guys in a Bar podcast presented by ChiefsBlitz.com, your number one source for Chiefs news. First up, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Real Estate Group. If you're looking for someone who can help you buy or sell a house in the greater Kansas City area, give Eric a call at 816-729-3785, or you can email him at esellskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Fact or Cap.
That's correct. Now, the proud sponsor is my amazing wife, Emily Athan. If you're looking for a custom health insurance quote, whether you're looking for a private option or a government option, if you're eligible, she can get you through the process from start to finish, knowing that you've got the best plan with the best price and the best coverage. Give her a call today for a free quote at 913-215-9086.
Emily.
That's right. Next up, our newest sponsor, Resell Electronics.
Save big on the hottest electronics. At Resell Electronics, we offer the best deals on new and pre-owned TVs, game consoles, cameras, plus so much more. With 2 convenient locations along Noland Road in Independence, stop by and visit us today.
That's right. Resell Electronics. If you're looking for your personal consumer electronic needs, whether you want to buy something or sell something that's been sitting around the house you don't use anymore, then just go into their 2 locations. First one at 1214A South, Noland Road in Independence. The other one down on Noland Road in 40 Highway inside the flea market. And make sure when you walk in, you tell them the Chiefs Blitz and Bowtie Sports sent you, and you'll get a 10% discount on your first order. Again, check out their website at resellwithac electronics.com.
Resell
Electronics.
That's right.
Before we close out, I want to get Lou's top betting picks. I like to hear them.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so we got some games this week. Week 18. I mean, I don't know what's worse, week 1 or week 18.
18 is worse. This year,
you really have no idea with some of these games that are completely meaningless, like who's playing and whatever, and it's kind of a roll of the dice. You're probably better off doing a lot of in-game stuff. And on the different apps out there, you have different proposition bets, betting on particular players. But as far as team plays, I kind of have to bite my tongue on this one. But on Saturday, I'm going to have faith in Mike Tomlin as a home dog in the division. I'm taking Pittsburgh plus 2.5 over the Bengals Saturday night. On Sunday, this one is more so a bet against the Colts. Something is just really happened there within that locker room, within the building, whatever you want to call it. Mac Jones actually hasn't been playing pretty good. Brian Thomas Jr. continues to light it up as a rookie. So I'm taking Jacksonville plus 5 there. I think the Packers are if there ever is kind of a get right game going into the playoffs, one, because they're coming off a bad loss for them. And 2, I think they want to have a chance potentially at the 6th seed if they win. So I'm going to take Green Bay minus 10. I never bet the Chiefs unless they're underdogs. And here we go, plus 10.5. Let's roll. And then I mentioned earlier, in the biggest regular season game that I can remember ever, I'm taking Detroit minus 3. I have faith in Dan Campbell, have faith in Jared Goff, and just they will outscore Minnesota Sunday night.
Can't wait. So it's really the only game. It's really the only game to watch on Sunday, in my view.
So with that said, let's give a shout out, birthday shout out to the Super Bowl winning coach.
That.
So what you got to say about him, Nick?
Hank Stram is people who listen to the show frequently. He was my neighbor growing up in Prairie Village. He was kind of a second father to me when I was little. He was just a terrific guy. And listen, at home, he was dapper. He wore suits and ties at home. You never saw this guy relax. When he came over to our house, he was kind of the same way. Really, in my view, one of the greatest coaches in NFL history. He was such an innovator. Every West Coast offensive scheme that was developed, once he left the game, Bill Walsh in San Francisco, Andy Reid. I still have this football that he gave me this was the day after the Dolphins had beaten the Chiefs on Christmas Day. He gave this as a consolation prize because I was weeping like a child, and I was. And I thought
you were a child.
I was a child. I was like 8 years old, 9 years old, something like that. This is so he's meant a lot to me. I got a lot of his memorabilia here. But he was such a terrific person. He also, what a lot of people don't know, he was the best handicapper in the world. He was better than Jimmy the Greek. He had a system that was unmatched and unparalleled and never took advantage of it.
Of course not. He would have been banned, Nick. I have a trivia question, and again, every time those old pictures come up, I always am fascinated that the arrowhead only on the jackets on those blazers, the arrowhead points the other direction.
I know, isn't that? Well, I don't know why that's
now. Even when they've recreated them, Veach and Clark wear them on Super Bowl days. That I would imagine it's just because that's the way they had them back then. But I would love to hear some collector, somebody that has one of these to figure out what the deal was there.
Well, I know Dan the Taylor man it has made these for the Chiefs.
Well, let's get him, Nick.
Coaches.
Let's get him on the show.
Maybe I can get Dan the Taylor man on the show.
Hell yeah, let's go, Dan.
Yeah, I want to get. I actually need to get one of those custom jackets for myself. I have to have one.
Yeah, and we got to know, why is the arrowhead looking the other way?
That's right. All right, well, I will find out.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, fair enough.
With that said, man, let's go Chiefs. Let's get this victory. Let's close the season on 16-1. Shout out to everybody that joined in. Shout out to the new people that joined
especially Bronco Tube.
We love you, Bronco Tube. Good luck on Sunday.
Come back whenever you like.
It's all a part of the bar. You can't come to the bar. So with that said, let's get out of here, guys. Have a nice Red Friday. Enjoy your weekend, and to see you guys on Victory Monday.
All right, don't
Let's
forget
go
to subscribe.
50 Shades.
Let's go.
Let's go, baby.